How a crisis gave birth to a great organization. Clara Barton was a school teacher who moved to Washington at the outbreak of the Civil War. She volunteered to distribute relief supplies to wounded soldiers, and at the request of President Lincoln, aided in searching for missing soldiers. After attempting to carry a wounded soldier off the battlefield at Antietam, September 17, 1862, Clara Barton said, "A ball passed between my body and the right arm, which supported him, cutting through the sleeve and passing through his chest from shoulder to shoulder. There was no more to be done for him, and I left him to his rest. I have never mended that hole in my sleeve. I wonder if a soldier ever does mend a bullet hole in his coat." Clara Barton was present at some of the bloodiest battles of the Civil War: Cedar Mountain, 2nd Manassas, Antietam, and Fredericksburg. Clara Barton wrote of the soldiers, "What could I do but go with them or work for them and my country? The patriot blood of my father was warm in my veins." The National Park Service recorded that Clara Barton first visited Chatham or Lacey House in early August of 1862, bringing food and hospital supplies to help her boys. She returned during the Fredericksburg campaign, December 1862. Clara helped care for the wounded soldiers of both sides that were brought into the house. On December 13th, the day of the heaviest fighting, Clara was in the doorway of the Lacey house when an exploding shell severed a soldier's artery. She applied the tourniquet that saved his life. Helping the doctors, a shell struck the door of the room they were operating in. Clara did not flinch but continued her duties assisting the doctors. The next 2 weeks at the Chatham House, Clara saw hundreds of the worst wounded men I have ever seen, occupying every room in the house. They covered every foot of the floors and porticos. She saw 5 men stuffed onto 4 shelves of a cupboard. Others shivered in the cold, muddy yard on blankets, waiting for someone inside to die so they could be brought in. Clara set up a soup kitchen in a tent in the yard to help them. Clara Barton went to Europe during the Franco-German War, where she worked with Henry Dunant, founder of the International Red Cross. Henry Dunant was the first recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize. He founded the Geneva chapter of the Young Men's Christian Association, YMCA, and proposed Jews repopulate Palestine, being one of the first non-Jews to attend the first Zionist Congress in Basel, 1897. Theodor Herzl used the term Christian Zionist in reference to him. Inspired by Henry Dunant's International Red Cross, Clara Barton established the American Red Cross Society, May 21, 1881, serving as its head until 1904. Clara Barton helped in hospitals in Cuba during the Spanish-American War. President William McKinley spoke of Clara Barton in his message, December 5, 1898. In appreciation, the useful work of the American National Red Cross, both in relief measures and in sanitary assistance at several of the camps under the able leadership of Miss Clara Barton. We are constantly reminded of our obligations to the Divine Master for his watchful care over us and his safe guidance, for which the nation offers humble prayer for the continuance of his favor. At the second Red Cross Drive in New York City, President Woodrow Wilson stated May 18, 1918, "Being members of the American Red Cross, a great fraternity which extends all over the world, this cross which these ladies bore here today is an emblem of Christianity itself. The people of the United States are being drawn together into a great intimate family whose heart is being used for the service of the soldiers not only, but for the long night of suffering and terror, in order that they and men everywhere may see the dawn of a day of righteousness, justice, and peace." The crisis of the Civil War caused Clara Barton to step forward and create the American Red Cross. It's important for us to remember men and women of faith and miracles in American history.